Commitment important, service foremost. Quality first, science and technology dominant. Shandong Sunny ZT Machinery Company Limited. Technological process of aerated concrete panel. The process of aerated concrete panel is divided into 6 parts: preparation and storage of raw materials, preparation and anti-corrosive treatment of steel bar mesh cage, batching, inserting drill rod and pouring, static hardening, curing and pulling, cutting and marshalling, autoclaving and finished product stockpiling. First, use a wet ball mill to grind the fly ash or sand and water to slurry and store the slurry in a slurry tank for standby. Use a bucket elevator to convey the bulk time, which is crushed by a jaw crusher into the lime storehouse for storage. Then, use a conveyor to send the slurry into a dry ball mill for grinding. Use a bucket elevator to convey the made powder into the white ash powder storehouse to store for standby. The complete dedusting equipment provided in the whole process of preparing and conveying the raw materials ensures that the environment will not be polluted. Use a steel bar aligning cutter to process the Discal steel bar into long steel bar and short steel bar as required. Put them on the mesh welding bracket for automatic mesh welding. Then place the made mesh on the bracket of the suspended welding machine. Use a spot welding machine to weld it to mesh cage. Then use a mesh cage crane to hoist the mesh cage inside the anti-corrosive infusion duct in the mesh cage for penetration. Please ensure all of the surface of the mesh cage has been sunk with antiseptic. After the penetration, hoist the mesh cage inside the mesh cage drying machine to do drying for 8 to 10 minutes. After that, hoist the mesh cage to the mesh cage installation region for installation before inserting of drill rod. Transport the installed drill rod frame from the special hoisting crane on the molding box. And assemble it with the molding box to wait for pouring. Meter the slurry with the wet feed scale. Meter the lime and the cement with dry feed scale. Meter the aluminum powder with the aluminum powder metering scale. Put the materials above into the pouring blender in order to do high-speed stirring for 2 to 3 minutes, and then pour them into the molding box that has been assembled. Adopt PLC automatic computer control in terms of the batching and pouring system. Form precise process formula based on the testing result of chemical constituents of the raw materials. After completion of pouring, enter the stage of gas developing and static hardening. After the series of physical and chemical changes, including gas development, densification, and initial setting. After that, use the friction wheel to convey the hardening molding box to the position for pulling the drill rod. Pull out the whole drill rod clamp with a pulling crane. Take it to the flipping crane with the friction wheel. Use the reversal crane to hoist the molding box onto the cutting machine. Rotate the molding box in 90 degrees to keep it standing sideways on the first cutting trolley. Then, the manipulator of the reversal crane opens the molding frame automatically and does demolding. The first cutting trolley carries the green body and the side plate into the cutting region. Do transverse cutting on the green body in terms of the set width by using the transverse cutting device. Wash the trough on both sides of the green body. After the transverse cutting, drive the first cutting trolley to the vertical cutting device. Use the hydraulic replacement device to raise the green body and the side plate. Use the four-wheel swinging cutting frame to drive the wheel wire to cut downwards. Return the first trolley to the original position to bear new green body to be cut. Drive the second cutting trolley to the vertical device to replace where the first trolley locates. The replacement device places the green body and the side plate on the second cutting trolley. Complete marshalling after the second cutting trolley moves the green body to the underneath of the marshalling crane and hoists it onto the steam curing trolley in front of the kettle. All of the wastes produced in the cutting process can be recycled. The cut green body and the side plate are placed on the steam curing trolley in order. Use the dragger before the kettle to convey the marshaled steam curing trolley and the green body into the steam curing kettle. After 8 to 10 hour high temperature and high pressure curing, the green body, which has been autoclaved and steam cured, is dragged out of the kettle from behind the kettle and move them under the mobile severing machine. Use the mobile severing machine to clamp the finished product and the side plate, then severing from top to bottom while moving. After severing, place the finished product and the side plate on the side plate conveyance line. Use the finished product crane to hoist all the finished products on the finished product packaging conveyance line and convey them to the stockpile. Meanwhile, after processing on the side plate conveyance line, the side plate discharging the finished product combines molds with the empty molding box again. The steam curing trolley returns to the front of the kettle and does marshalling again. The production line of Sunny ZT aerated concrete panel will keep repeating the above-mentioned production process continuously.